What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday, I took a step backwards. Had the sorry ass Connecticut Sun plus 13 and a half. And I knew that was dead pretty early. I made that bet before we spoke yesterday, Vino. You made some good points about the Valkyries. And when I'm watching the game, I was like, damn it, why couldn't I have talked to Vino sooner? Hopefully, yesterday was better for you, Vino.
Yeah, I cashed it. I haven't had a lot of big bets this season, but it was like the third 4% I've had this year on Golden State last night, and it went kind of the way I thought it would go. They just from start to finish. And you know what? We'll talk about the New York game, so I won't bring this up now. But that one did cash, and then we backed it up with the best bet that we left here on the show, the second game, Seattle and Toronto under, which I know we both like. Seattle, Toronto under. It played out to form. They stayed about, I don't know, maybe 6 points under the total, which was severely bet down. And I saw some 173s by game time. So 2-0 last night. Skee 6% worth of winners. Nice day. We'll take it.
Nice work. You carry us on that package yesterday. I appreciate that.
I could take that bum tag off my last name.
Shout out to the chat. We got Brian in here, Joey Betts in here. Appreciate both of you guys tapping in. All right, let's get to it. 2 games, quick and easy. We just saw the Valkyries last night. We'll see them again tonight. Taking on a Liberty team who obviously has the rest advantage, healthy as they're going to be. I mean, Satu, I don't think we're going to see her for the rest of the year, So Liberty fully healthy, Valkyries fully healthy. Yesterday's game wasn't the most taxing game for Golden State. Liberty, right in the midst of that chaos in the standings. I know the Valkyries could use wins too, but I don't know, Vino. I just feel like, we talk about Valkyries being a really, really great team. They just play as a very good cohesive unit, no matter who's on the floor. The Liberty, they don't always do that. But the Liberty have so much, how do I say? I don't know. They're just better than the Valkyries when you look at 1 through 5. And when you have a healthy Phoebus, you can at least trust them to be better defensively and just, she's the glue player for that team. When she's out, they struggle. When she's in, they look pretty good. She's in right now, and they're at home with the rest advantage. I have to think the Liberty are the right side in this game. I don't know that I want to get there with anything on the total. Any thoughts from you?
Yeah, a couple of things, Ski. I agree. First off, let me just say that I feel that the rest that New York had is a big advantage tonight. They got Leonie Phoebus back for 1 game. She played really well. I think she had 20 in that game against Indiana that they won 109-102. A little sigh of relief. Take a few days off, get ready for this push. I think you alluded to it just now where they are in the standings. I mean, they're tied with the Mystics. New York, with a loss, falls all the way to 8th with Dallas in a tie, and they're in 6th right now. So the downward movement that hinges on every single game is pretty drastic. So for New York, big time game for them. As you mentioned, this is probably the group that they'll go through the playoffs with. So no better time than now to hit the gas pedal because they've sort of been sporadic for quite a while now because of injuries. Yeah, I'll help you on that analogy because I say it all the time. If you and I were picking sides in a gym, we'd pick 4 Liberty players before we'd pick a Golden State player. It's just the way it is. For New York, there's a couple of things here. First off, I don't like the way Sabrina Ionescu shot the basketball this year. 3-point range just hasn't been good night after night after night. But at some point, maybe with Phoebus back in the lineup, now that starts to happen. But they do place 4 3-point shooters on the floor against this Golden State defense. So they do have, I don't count Breanna Stewart as one of those. And she's been far more effective mid-range and at the rim than she has been from the outside this year. But after looking at that Connecticut game last night, Ski, and that box score, I have to say, I think the New York interior advantage is huge here. Not necessarily out on the perimeter. They can shoot threes, but I think that's where Golden State's defensive strength is. Inside, the Connecticut Sun got off 71 shots last night. It took the Sun to shoot 31% from the floor, which we know they can't shoot anyway, 19% from three. That's how they were held to 64. With Stewart and Jonquel, New York's if New York gets that type of rebounding edge, those types of second chances, I think Connecticut had 13 second chances last night, but they only capitalized on three of them. To me, New York can win this game either inside or out. They have that combination of both. We'll have to see how this defense progresses, Ski. That would be the only scary point for me. We've talked about it over and over again, how bad their defense has been throughout the injury period. Now with Phoebich back, we know she brings a little more defense to them, but Indiana did score 102. I like the spot for New York, and I think it could be a hair bit risky, but I do think I like the New York team total here. I just don't. I think that inside advantage, their number was 81 and a half. I think it's been bumped up to 82 now. But I think New York can get to 83 against Golden State, in all honesty, because I think they can score inside. If they can get to the free throw line. And if these 3-point shooters loosen things up now with Phoebich back, that's a big deal, having one extra floor spreader out there. I think they could probably get to their total here. Golden State, for what it's worth, did not have to exert themselves at all last night. I mean, that minutes count for the top 10 in their rotation is minimal. So nobody played hard minutes because it was 55-27 at halftime. Still, I like New York here in this situation. I think they're rested and ready for this spot. So either the New York side, or I would even look at New York team total. I think they can get to 83 here.
So, chat, a couple people asking about unders. I guess you get your answer right there from Mr. Rob Veno. Good stuff on that game. Next, we'll go to Mystics and Mercury for the 100th time. Where did we open up this time? Let me see. We opened up -2.5, and we see fours pretty much everywhere. Total open 166.5, and I do still see that out there. A lot of 166.5 still out there. Injury report. I don't see anybody on there for Washington. For Phoenix, Kelsey Plum is questionable. Linskins and Suarez are both out. Mystics beat this team 2 times now. Or is it 2 times? Is it 2 or 3 times? But like they blew. I think it's 2 times. They blew them out. It's just they have so much size. It's hard for Phoenix to be able to handle it. Mystics still have a lot to play for. Nothing has changed in that regard from the last matchup. So, last matchup, I was on the Mystics. Kelsey Plum not playing doesn't make me like the Mercury anymore. I have to think that the Mystics can still get the job done. Difference here, just laying another possession. I mean, they won by double digits both times they played. I would have to say this, though. Maybe Phoenix plays with some pride in this one after getting embarrassed in both meetings, and just getting embarrassed the game before this too. You know, maybe they come out there with a different mindset or a different game plan, and you know they're used to whatever Washington's going to do, and they have an answer for it. That could be. I don't have the most faith in the Mercury coach to really have too much confidence in that, but it could happen. I don't know. I think it's Mystics. I think it's a lower scoring game, just because the Mystics too, they've been shooting so good. Like even the last game when I was on the Mystics, they were hitting every shot. Like literally, every time the Mercury were trying to make a little run, they put another 3 down. And the Mystics are not that good of a 3-point shooting team. So I think that Phoenix is going to have to come in here and at least play some better defense or try to. I trust Washington to play defense too. I don't know. I trust Washington to score more than I trust Phoenix. Washington or under, What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to think that anything would change here. I think one point you made is maybe Phoenix has seen them twice and maybe they have answers. I think if you and I were off air talking privately, we would have a hard time between the two of us coming up with what their answers are for Kiki and Shakira Austin down low. It's just it's too hard to stop. They don't have the people to stop the players to stop them. I don't know. It's hard to gauge. Every time I think I gauge where some of these teams' mindsets are, I find myself in trouble. I feel like, maybe Connecticut doesn't care, then Connecticut beats somebody. Then Connecticut doesn't care again. We're going back and forth with these teams a lot. I don't know where Phoenix stands, releasing Dewana Bonner, maybe not playing Kelsey Plum tonight. I don't know. Could the lineup be a little bit? But did Kelsey Plum throw a monkey wrench into things the other night? She put up 12 shots. It was quite a few, but I don't know. I'm kind of with you in the stance that I don't have a lot of faith in Phoenix at all right now. And for those who like to wait, let me just make this point. If you're somebody who's watching these games at night and you're waiting to make bets, Washington has the late game tonight. And I just mentioned that New York and Washington are tied for the sixth spot in the standings. If Washington notices that Golden State is going to beat New York or has beaten New York, I would say Washington's motivation climbs even higher to win this game because they climb the standings. If they win tonight and New York loses, they go up, and there's only 5 games left. So every run you can get up as the season dwindles down is important. So I think if you like to sit, be patient, and watch, you could watch for the New York Golden State result. And I don't know that that result is going to change the line much, Skee. I don't know that people are going to run to the window right away. But, if you notice Golden State's going to be a winner, you might want to play Washington, thinking that they see the scoreboard just the same as we do. And if they know they can go out there and gain another game in the standings, I think that would be important. To me, it would probably some form of Washington here. Like you say, they're asking us for a little bit more. But when you've won by 10 and 20, within the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, you've done that twice within the last 3 weeks. Pretty strong indicator that Washington's just a bad matchup for Phoenix.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Good stuff. Before we get the promo, I'll put this up there. Comment from Isaiah says, Skee, how you feel about Dewana Bonner getting picked up by the Dream? I think it's a good pickup for them. They've been a team that's been very starter reliant. They don't have a whole lot of minutes to go around for everybody. They don't trust everybody, but it gives you another person you can trust. Maybe you can even put, you could put Angel and Nas, but Angel and Dewana, that could be another something, that could work well together. I think it's a positive for the Atlanta Dream team. Any thoughts from you, Vino?
Yeah, I think I don't know the severity of the Brianna Jones injury, but with her, like you say, Atlanta, they probably are the most reliant on their starting 5. Their bench gets no minutes. Even Pow Pow as a backup point guard gets like 3 or 4 minutes a night now. And with Bree Jones not playing, you need somebody off that bench that can give you minutes. And of course, Bree Jones brings you size. Dewana Bonner will bring you. She's a stretch type of player. She can get you rebounds. She can shoot 3. So I think as far as personnel fit, it's good. And I think if they see that Jones isn't going to play for a while, it's probably an even better pickup at that point.
I agree again. So good stuff. We will wrap it up. Get that off the screen. There we go. So usual promos that we always do. The 2-for-1, Vino and Skee. 3-day all access comes out to only $69. If you prefer to rock with one of us, same $69 get you 6 days from whoever you choose. So that's what I'm going to put up there, Vino. If there's anything else to promote, feel free. And if you have a best bet for the show, we'd love to hear it. If not, no worries.
Yeah, maybe I'll just rest on my laurels from last night, Skee, and not have a best bet today. We did come with one yesterday, and it got there for the audience. But tomorrow, as we looked ahead, heading onto the show, there's 4 games tomorrow. There's a way better chance that I'll have more than one play tomorrow. With only one play up for clients tonight, I'm not going to leave it as a best bet here. So we'll take a pass on the best bet, but likely come back with one tomorrow.
All right, good stuff. I'm passing. I have one play today. It's a 5% play. You guys know we can't give those away. I won 16 of my last 25%. Looking to cash another one here tonight. So, good stuff, Vino. We have 4 games to talk about tomorrow. Look forward to that. Chat, we appreciate you all. Best of luck, everybody, on all of your action, and we'll catch you all again tomorrow.